Okay, we are going to be doing Worksheet BE. Write your name, your class, and today's date, and then we can start. So we are going to be finding the area of all these figures. For this worksheet, I will be using method number 1, which is the split and add method. And I've already split the composite figures for you, so you can just follow on your worksheet. Okay, now this is a composite figure, and I've split the figure into two rectangles. One is rectangle A over here, like this, and another one is rectangle B, like that. Okay, so there are two rectangles. All right, before we start finding the area, we need to first find an unknown side. So there is an unknown side over here. And how do we find this? We're going to take 16 minus away this 6 here, and we can get our unknown. So what is 16 minus 6? It's simply 10. So let's put here 10. All right, so how do we go about finding the different areas? First, let's find the area of rectangle A over here. Now the length is 14 and the breadth is 6. So because area equals to length times breadth, we're going to take 14 times 6. So I'm going to do my working. 14 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. So I have to write the 4 on the 1's place and carry over the 2. And then I have 6 times 1 here, and it's 6 plus 2 is 8. So I have 84. So area of rectangle A is 84 square centimeters. Then I'm going to move on to finding the area of rectangle B. So just now we found that the length is 10 cm. 10 cm. Sorry, the length is 10 cm multiplied by the breadth, which is 6 cm. So I have 10 times 6, and that will give me 60. Okay, so the total area of this figure is adding A plus B. See, adding A plus B, and I'll get a total, right? So I add A, which we found was 84. Sorry, A is 84 square centimeters, and B is 60. So 84 plus 60, that will give me 144. So I have 144 square centimeters. 144 cm squared. Okay. And then let's move on to question 2. Okay. Question 2, we can split it into 3 rectangles. So I already split it up for you into A, B, and C. But remember, before we start finding the areas of the simpler shapes, we first need to find the unknown lengths. So let's find this unknown first. You can see that this green unknown is part of this long 12 here. So it's made up of this green unknown, and also we look up, made up of these other 2 sides, which are 4 cm each. So to find this unknown, we can take 12 minus away 4 minus away 4. And what would that give us? 12 minus 4 is 8. And 8 minus 4 is 4. Okay, so this part here is also 4 cm. Now how about this height over here? How do I find that? I can see that it is a part of this 12. And I just need to take away this top part, which is this 6 cm, which is the same here. If I remove away 6 cm, I can get this unknown side. So I take 12 minus away 6, and I get 6 cm. So this other unknown is 6, and we have found both our unknowns already. Now we can go and find the area. Okay, so first I'm going to find area of A, this one here, which is actually the same as area C. They are exactly the same. So if I find area of A, it's the same as finding area of C. Okay, so area of A is length is 12, see, because it's the same as this, and the breadth is 4. So I just take 12 times 4, and what was that? Okay, we can do working. 12 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8, and 1 times 4 is 4. So answer is 48. 48 square centimeters. So A is 48 square centimeters, and and C is also 48 square centimeters. Okay, now we have to find area of B. So let's take a look. Remember, we found out that the length here is 6 cm and the breadth here is 4 cm. So we're taking 6 cm times 4 cm, and that will give us 24 cm. Okay, so we have found A, B, and C. And last step is to add them all up. So we add A, which is 48 square centimeters, 48 square centimeters. B, which is 24 square centimeters. And C, which is same as A, 48 square centimeters. Okay, let's add them up. 48 plus 24, that will give me 72. So 72 plus 48. What would that give me? 120. So the answer is 120 square centimeters. Okay. Now let's move on to question 3. Step 1, find all the unknown sites. So now we need to find this unknown. How do we find out the unknown? If we look down, it is a part of this 6 meters. So I just need to take this 6 meters minus away this 3 meters, and I'll get our unknown. So 6 minus 3 is 3. So this unknown is 3 cm. Okay, then I want to find this. Now I want to find this long one here. How do I find out that length? This long one is made of 2 other lengths. This 8 meters and these 2 meters. If I plus them up, I can get my unknown's length here. So I take 8 plus 2, and that will give me 10. Okay. So I found all my unknowns. Now let's start. Area of rectangle A. So area of A. I take the length of A is 8. Sorry, not cm. Look, the units here now is meters. So 8 meters multiplied by, what's the breadth? 5 meters. That will give me 40 square meters. Then I'm going to find area of B. What is that? Remember the length we found just now, this long one, we found out it's 10 meters. So we take 10 meters times the breadth, and we found just now the breadth is 3 meters. 10 times 3 is 30, so it's 30 square meters. Lastly, we find area of C. I take the length, which is this one here, 6 meters, multiplied by the breadth of C, 3 meters. 6 times 3 is 18 meters square. So cos meters times meters is square meters. All right, so we have found areas of A, B, and C. Now we're going to add them up. So total area. It's adding up A, B, and C. What's that? So we found just now 40, 30, and 18. So let's add them up. 40 square meters plus 30 square meters plus 18 square meters. So 40 plus 30 is 70 square meters, and then we need to add the 18, right? So we need to do working 70 plus 18. That will give us 88 square meters. So that is our answer. 88 square meters. Okay. And then let's move on to the last question, question 4. Okay, this actually looks like a letter T. Can you see the letter T? Okay, so this composite figure is split into two parts. We have rectangle A and another rectangle B here. Okay. So now before we start, step 1 is always to find the unknown sides. So we have this unknown side over here. How do we find out its length? If we look up, you can see that it is a part of this 16 meters. And then these 5 meters and these 5 meters, they're also part of these 16 meters. So I want to find my unknown. I take 16 minus away this and this. So that is 16 minus 5 minus 5. 16 minus 5 is 11. 11 minus 5 is 6. So this unknown here is 6 meters. Okay, and then it's marked out that this and these are the same. That means if this side is 6 on the right, the left side is also 6. Okay, so let's begin finding our areas. So we have area of A is length of 16. Sorry, write nicely. These are 16 meters multiplied by breadth of 6 meters. So let's do working. 16 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And then 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 9 is, plus 3 is 9. So 16 times 6 is 96. So I have 96 meters squared. 16 meters times 6 meters is 96 square meters. All right, now let's move on to area of B. Okay, the length is 10 meters. What about my breadth? Here we found out is 6 meters. So that will give me what? 10 times 6 is simply 60 square meters. And now we can move on to finding the total area of the figure. So total area, take A plus B. And that will give us what? We have 96 here and 60. So 96 square meters plus 60 square meters. And what would that give us? 96 plus 60. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. So we have 156 square meters. Okay, let's write that down on our answer line. 156 square meters.